we'll start off with an introduction, so go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Adam Fernan, a senior project manager with H.W. Houston and G. Johnson Construction Companies, and I'm standing here at the sunny Centennial High School project in Pueblo, Colorado, and we're building both the new East High School and Centennial High School projects here in Pueblo. They're both 185,000 square foot buildings based on about 40-acre sites. Ultimately, my role is to oversee both of the Pueblo D60 East and Centennial construction projects. So I've got the ultimate responsibility for the budget, the cost, the budget, and the schedule, and then overall quality along with my team. So I oversee our entire team on both projects.
And can you give us a rundown of what progress has been made and just what you've built so far?
Yes, here at the Centennial High School project, we're about 90% complete with the foundations for the project for the buildings. We're standing here in Area E, which is the academic wing of the building, and we are placing the second slab pour today. We have built the structural masonry elements of Area E and D, which you can see in the background here. That separates the portions of the building between the academic wing and the CTE portion. And then you can see to my north, to the back of me here, that is the tall structural masonry wall for the auditorium for this building. And then as you move further to the west, we'll get into the main gym and then the aux gym further on. But right now we're probably about 55% complete with structural masonry. And we are getting ready to start the erection of the structural steel next week, which will be in this wing of the building, in Area E, the academic wing.
Are there any advantages of this construction site compared to East construction site?
Well, both construction sites have their own unique challenges. The Centennial site, the buildings are very, very similar, first off. So the buildings are very similar in their overall layout. They're both 185,000 square foot buildings. They both have the same two-story wings in the academic portions of the building. However, the confines of the site and the site topography make them very unique. Here at the Centennial site, we've got all one level from the academic area through the commons until you get to the gyms, and then it raises up about 8 feet. When you're at the Centennial, or the east site, when you're at the east site, we've got the academic wing and CT wing elevated a full story above the commons and the gym and auditorium areas. So those are the unique elements of the buildings. From a site standpoint and a constructability standpoint, they both offer unique challenges. Probably the most difficult element that we have to work with here at Centennial is the overall logistics and location of the existing building as it relates back to the position of the new building, because we've got 3 phases in order to build the parking lot that goes in after the old building gets demolished. Now at East High School, we've got a little bit easier site logistics plan because we can build the entire school, we can turn it completely over and have our parking complete for the new school. And then we jump to phase 2 to demo the old school and build the new track and the new baseball and softball fields. So a little bit easier logistical elements over at the East High School project versus here at Centennial.
What do you think is going to be, or is the easiest part already about doing this construction site?
The easiest part, gosh, that's a tough question because construction in itself isn't really easy. To date, there are elements that are just, you have good days. Like today, look at this beautiful Colorado day. We've got great temperatures to be placing this concrete slab. We've got a lot of activity out here. We've got everybody's healthy and working in a safe manner. So I don't know that there's anything that's necessarily overly easy, but I do think that the level of craftsmen that we've got on both of these projects, that makes for an easy project because we've got good subcontractors, we've got a good general contractor workforce, and that makes it easy. They all work safe. They understand what they're doing, what they're putting in place in their role in the construction, and that makes it easy compared to some other run-of-the-mill project that's out there.
So now we're here at East construction site, and what progress have we made so far?
So right now we're standing in the wrestling room at the new East High School here in Pueblo, Colorado, and behind us, Baker Concrete has just placed the locker room floor slab. So that's been a big milestone for us this week. So these guys are hard at it there. We continue our work on structural masonry, infilling the aux gym, the hole in the aux gym, and starting the construction of the auditorium, structural masonry. And as you see when you drive out, the crane's already been built here by Total Welding, and we will start structural steel erection on Monday of this coming week, the first week in November 2021. And then other than that, we continue to work on backfill up in area D, which is where the CTE program will live, and finishing the final elements of the foundation construction in area C and D, which is the commons and CTE.
What are you planning on for next month?
So this next month, month of November, we expect huge progress in structural steel and joist and deck over in area E, which is the academic wing of the building. That's a 2-story section over there, so we'll see big milestones and effort there, and we will see the auditorium structural masonry be close to completion by the end of the month, and we will look forward ultimately by the end of the year, or really before the Christmas break, we expect to have the bulk of the structural masonry completed, and then we will have ongoing MEP rough-ins for underground going in, and then a couple more slab pours just like we've done today.